Okay.
I'm not going to let anybody use it unless it's for the show.
I'm videotaping this, and I'm gonna write it down.
So over here we've got two tech notes on the decimator, which is the adapter that changes HDMI from the computer to the projector, and the projector control. So I'm going to open up the decimator, and first thing, important thing, do not attempt to change the decimator settings from the front panel of the unit. You'll do nothing but brick it. The settings in here should be static. They never need to be changed unless it's, some idiot who knows what they're doing.
Okay.
But if you do need to change them, you need a USB-A to USB mini cable to connect your computer to the decimator. There was one that came with the unit and it has disappeared. Ryan's going to look for it. It was bright red, matching the same color as the decimator, and the cable comes with it. You connect that, and then you search for UCP in the search bar of your computer to open the decimator software. For some reason, it won't put a launchable icon on the computer. But if you search for UCP, this will come up. You open the app, and it should automatically populate with this MDHX CLD31453. I have no idea what that means other than the fact that that's the model number of this. If you go to control, the SDI output source, which is, we are trying to take HDMI from the laptop and send it out as SDI to the projector. So that needs to be set to HDMI in. HDMI output source doesn't really matter because we're not using it. And that's pretty much all you need to do on the decimator software. If you try and get into these settings on the front panel, there isn't a chance in hell that you're going to make it work.
Okay.
Okay. One of the problems that I found when I first came here was the output from your computer was plugged into the port that says HDMI output, which two outputs don't work together. You need to come the output from the computer to HDMI input. So I corrected that, and this 3G HDI or HD SDI output, for some reason output 1 does not work, only output 2 works, but of course somebody had changed this cable to output 1. So if everything else was set right, it still wouldn't have worked. So I've got it on output 2 and it works fine. So that's all we have for the decimator, I believe. And I've made notes on those two connections I just went over down here. Okay, so now we're going to open up the Epson projector control. And the first thing is the laptop must be connected to RF PSS ING 5G, which is the same network the wireless mics are on. The control system won't work in any other network. So I know Sally knows how to do that. Open the Epson Projector Professional tool with the icon, which is right here. And this, it's going to recognize the projector, and once it recognizes it, it'll up here and then down below, it will show this as the status. It may take a minute or two for it to recognize the projector on the network. If it doesn't, make sure you go down to your network settings and that you're on this PSS, this RF PSS INC 5G, and then there's a refresh up here that's going to cause it to look for it
I
again.
have to turn this button on.
Yes, the wireless mic system must be turned on.
See, that white piece of tape has to be turned on for that to get to RF.
Right. Okay, and just let me go back to this so that we follow what I have. The program should open and look like the image below, which is what I just showed you. And it may take a few seconds or a minute for the program to recognize it. Once you're connected, switch to the Setup tab, and you can control the shutter box on the right-hand side. Any of the tabs will have the shutter control on them. Do not change any settings that you're not confident with. It's possible to cause big problems with an improper setting. So if we go here, any of these, this is the shutter control, open and closed. Any of these settings and that shutter control is parked there permanently, so you can get it from any of those settings. And you see the projector right here as well, so you know what projector you're working with. And that is pretty much it, my friends.
Okay.
Have a look.